Hi, in this video, I'm going to discuss SLJMCC. First 8 questions in SLMJCC 4, which was held for the first time last year in April 21st, on April 21st of last year. So, why we have introduced a new completion, I will explain in a different video. Now, in this video, I'm going to discuss the questions. Okay, let's go to the questions. Let me share my whiteboard. Okay, hope you can see. So, Sri Lankan Junior Mathematics Challenge Competition 4, April 21st, 2024. So, we call this SLJMCC, right? So, this has 24 short answer questions, right? The first 8 are easy. Second 8 are medium. The last 8 are hard. And again, this has 90 minutes duration, and you need to answer all questions, right? Now, the scoring system is that 5 points for each correct answer, 6 points for each correct answer in the medium questions, and 8 points for each correct answer in the hard questions, right? Now, there's a difference here between SLMC and SLJMCC and SLIMCC. So in SLMC, we give marks for questions left unanswered, right? But there is no such thing here because these are short answer, not multiple choice questions, right? So there's a big difference. So I will talk about those in a different video, right? So let's go to the questions. What digit should replace the letter A so that the following subtraction is correct? Okay, so if the subtraction is correct, we can do it. So first we look at the ones column. So you take away 2 from 4, yeah, you get 2. And then there's a 2 here in the tens column, and an A, which represents a digit. And then when you take away A from 2, you get 7, right? So then A has to be bigger than 2. Otherwise, you can't take away A from 2, right? So since, what is left is 7 bigger than 2, right? So that means that we need to borrow from the tens, the hundreds column, but there is nothing there. So then we go to the thousands column and we borrow 1, right? And then this becomes 1. And then this 1 we borrow, right? Here it becomes a 10. 1,000, right? That 1 is 1,000. And then, so it is actually 10 hundreds. Now from that 10 we borrow 1, which is 10 in the tens column, right? And then we have 9 left here, right? 9. Okay. And then with that 10 and this 2, it becomes 12. And then you take away A from 12 and you get 7. So that means A has to be 5, right? So if you get 7 after taking away something from 12, right, it has to be 5, right? So the answer is 5. A is equal to 5, right? Number 2, how many ducks weigh the same as a crocodile? So here we see 2 scales balanced, right? Here we have 1 crocodile, 2 lions, and a duck. right? Here we have one lion and two ducks. And then the question is, how many ducks weigh the same as the crocodile? So we need to assume that all lions here, right, in this question, they weigh the same. And also the ducks weigh the same, right? So no issue there. And then we see that here one lion is actually uh, weighs the same as two ducks. So we can even write something like this, right, which helps you in higher grades. So L is equal to 2D, right? Now, looks, very unusual, but these things become usual in the higher grades. So one lion is weighs the same as two ducks, and there are two lions here, right? So that means these two lions weigh the same as four ducks. One lion, two ducks, and then two lions, four ducks. And then there's another duck here. That means this crocodile weighs five ducks. Five ducks, right? So the answer is five ducks, right? So this is the answer, right? All right, so we go to the next question. How many apples should be added to the following fruit collection so that the number of apples is same as um, 5 times the number of bananas? Let me make sure that this has been recorded. Yes, it is being recorded, right? Right. So how many bananas in the fruit basket? This fruit basket, there are three bananas, right? Three bananas. And then 5 times that is actually 15 bananas, right? And then if you want the number of apples to be the same as 15 bananas, we need 13 more because there are only 2 apples here, right? So that means the 13 apples is the answer, right? Right. So let's go to the next question, number 4. For questions 4, 5, and 6, use the following rectangle which contains 5 digits. Now, this is not something unusual, right? So collection of some things here, digits, right? And there are 5 of them. And the question is, what is the biggest 5 digits even number that can be, there's a typo here, that can be made using the digits given in the rectangle, right? So if it is a 5-digit number, then we need to use all those 5, right? And it says the digits given in the rectangle. So we need to, we need to assume that using all the digits, right, in the rectangle, right? So it has to be even, right? So then there are actually 2 even numbers, even digits in the rectangle, 2 and 8. Since we want the biggest 5-digit number, we put the smallest even number 2 as a unit digit, because that makes sure that number is even, right? The last digits, the unit digit is 2, and then the other digits. 7, 9, 3, 8, right? We start from the smallest, right? Sorry, we start from the biggest, and then we start with the biggest, which is 9. So 9, and the next biggest is 8, 7, 3, right? So you can see that why we chose the smallest even number to be the unit digit, because then we can make the number bigger. So then 8 comes to the left. I mean, it could be, so if we chose 8 as unit digit, right, then 2 is actually either It's one of, thousands, hundreds, tens, actually 10,000, thousands, hundreds, 10, right? One of those digits. So this is the biggest one, biggest even, right? All right. Number 5, what is the smallest 5-digit odd number that can be made using all the digits, right? Given in the rectangle. So if it is an odd number, then we need to have an odd number as the last digit, right? So let me erase these, right? Then actually what we do is clear. I know we are done with number 4, right? So we look at the odd numbers and we select one of them as the unit digit, right? And since we want the smallest 5-digit, right, we pick the biggest one, right? 9 to be the unit digit. And then the other digits, right, we arrange in the ascending order because we want the smallest 5-digit. So start with 2 in the 10th digit place, and then 3, and then 7, and then 8. Now that is the smallest odd 5-digit number, right? What is the biggest multiple of 3? That is the product of 3 digits given in the rectangle. So multiple of 3. We know multiples of 3, right? So those are, we get by multiplying 3 by other numbers, right? So you want the biggest one, right? Now you can see that there are 2 numbers, actually 2 digits, right? 3 and 9. So 9 also has a factor 3, right? So we can select 9 because 9 is bigger, because we want the biggest, right, than 3. And then for the other 2 digits, right, we can select the next 2 biggest digits, which are 7 and 8. 8 and 7. So that has to be the biggest, because if we selected 3 here instead of 9, then it's smaller, right? What is this? So 9 times 8 times 7 is 56. And then we know how to multiply these, right? So 9 times 6 is 54. So we put 4 there and 5 left. 5 10, right? 9 times 5 is 45 plus that 5 is what? 49? Let's see now. I can do this differently. 9 times 50 is 450. And 9 times 6 is 54. At the mark. So this is 504, right? So 9 times 50, 450, right? And 6 is 54, right? You see, so 9 times 6 is 54, 5 is left, 9 times 5 is 45, plus 5 is 50. Yes, this is actually 504. So this is the answer, right? Right. I hope I did not make a mistake. See, if I did, you need to correct it, okay? Right. Number 7, in the correct addition below, A, B, and C are non-zero digits. Yeah, so we know that letters can stand for digits, right? They are like they are representing, the digits, like, we are representatives, right? At the UN, right? Somebody represents Sri Lanka, right? So likewise, these letters can represent digits, right? So A plus B is equal to C, and A, B, and C are non-zero digits. We know the digits, right? And non-zero digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, there are 10 of them, but these are non-zero. So I did not write 0. How many different numbers can C be? Right. So since C is a digit, also non-zero, right? It can be one of these digits. So these are possibilities, right? 1 to 9 digits. But then, can C be equal to 1? So A plus B, right? So the sum of these two, right? Since the smallest value number A can represent is 1, also B 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we see that it can't be right 1, right? So can it be 2? Yes, 1 plus 1 is 2, right? 3, yes, 1 plus 2 is 3. 4, 1 plus 3 is 4. We can see, right, all these digits. 8, 9 is 1 plus 8, yes. So these C can be any one of these, right? So there are 8 different numbers. 8 different numbers. So that's the answer, right? Okay. So we go to the number 8. Here. So again, in this correct addition, right? A, B, and C are non-zero digits, and these are digits. So they can be seen, right? Right. And what number is C? Well, if it is non-zero, right, it has to be one of those from 1 to 9. But since we add two numbers which are less than or equal to 9, right, the maximum of A plus B is 8. Sorry, what? 9 plus 9 is 18, right? So then, this remainder, after taking away the 10s, right? So only one 10 can be there, right? So C has to be 1, right? And then what is the maximum number D can be? Of course, we can see that. So this CD, right? So the number, so we write it like this, we put a bar to the above CD, say that this is a number whose 10th digit is C and whose 1st digit is D. And this actually, the maximum is 18. So D is actually 8. Right? Actually, I did 9 questions, right? When I said at the beginning, we will discuss 1 to 8. All right. So in the next video, I'm going to discuss from 9 to what? 16. Okay. Okay. See you in that video. All right.